but there's a wealth of knowledge and understanding, okay? If you start to make a list of what's going wrong with what's going right, the right is going to win because we're here. The minute we start to embrace this right here, right now, just like we are, wrinkles, you don't even have gray hair, no hair, less hair, right? Our aches and our pains. So close your eyes, hold your foot still for a moment. Sometimes holding still is the hardest thing we do. Take some deep breaths. Your foot can stay there. Go ahead and do some audible exhales. They sound like this. It is one of the greatest tools to release tension and stress. And then just let the breath be normal. Try to smooth out the inhale and the exhale. Now you'll notice that your mind will probably go, geez, how long are we going to stay here? It's a normal thing for your mind to do that. Okay, so enjoy it. Don't beat it up because it had that thought. That's what it's meant to do. But just let, hey, it's okay. I'm doing something a little different today. And come back to the breath. Try to smooth it out. The more we can bring it back without judgment, okay? Jon Kabat-Zinn is known for kind of the father of mindfulness. He is the one that coined the frame, or the definition of mindfulness as thinking things on purpose. Back! How you doing? Good. Come on in. These chairs are wobbly, so we'll just grab another chair. Thank you. All right. No. Do you know what? If we never had interruptions in life, where's the excitement at? There we go. Oh, Joyce, we don't need the blue strap. Anything else? Yes, you won't need this. All my little helpers. Leave the blanket. Huh? A blanket, yeah, a blanket. Thanks. And then go ahead and just open those eyes and just start moving. What feels good? Now, I don't know if you feel this way with our aches and pains. I have a particular hip that I'm finally got an appointment with the doctor on the 30th. I've been putting it off. I've been trying to heal it with yoga. And it does feel better when I do yoga, but there's something there. So I need to go figure out. So, but move to, you know, that newborn baby that just, grandbabies yet? 19? Yeah, they're just a few. So that brand new baby, right? Ooh, yeah, just, what? Ooh, where did we forget? I know, I'm just watching myself here going, yeah, I know why I don't want to do this in public. I can see what it looks like, right? But get a little creative. Maybe lift a leg. Ooh, stretch. What? Yeah, Find those hips moving. This is our body, okay? Now, my whole audience is not of the same denomination religiously as I am, okay? But I believe in a God, and I believe in a God that created this body for me specifically. I do not know why I got a space between my teeth. I do not know why I got a long body and shorter legs. I danced through high school and college. You guys don't know that about me. And I love moving. When I was in college at the University of Utah, I had a ballet scholarship. And we went down to Ryrie Woodbury Dance Company and watched them move with handicapped kids. And we saw handicapped kids that could not control themselves with movement. And that was my first, I want to move this body. I want to move everybody's body. And that's kind of what prompted. So in 2007, many of you know, do you remember Tommy? What was Tommy's last name? Gilbert. Tommy Gilbert, I think. He came to me here. He has a tumor in his spine. One side of his body is totally atrophied. How do I do yoga? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's figure something out. And we started moving. Okay. He's physically unable to come anymore. But he's the one that started this. So, take a few more movements. Okay. Now, the one thing that is very difficult to do in a chair is to get into hips, to get to back, to strengthen legs. So I've kind of, these guys know, my set four that are pretty much always here, I've kind of made it a mission to figure out how do I strengthen my legs? Because the legs are what carry us through life. And I don't care. I mean, I love playing pickleball, okay? I want to play pickleball. I want to be strong enough to be able to move on the court. So yesterday, I had my husband do a drill. Can I tell you how hard it is? It's because you've never done defensive basketball, Deb. Like, you're right. I never have. You threw a ball over here, and I have to do this. I want to just go like this because in my dancing, that's what we do. It's just, oh, yes, I got to put that down. But that's not what you do. You're doing this kind of stuff. So we'd throw a ball here, and I'd have to catch and throw them back. Can I tell you that I just feel like an imbecile doing that, right? Because I'm not used to it, right? Grab your blocks, put it between your thighs. So we are going to work muscle here. Make sure that it's a little higher so that you have room to push on it, okay? You're going to squeeze it. Now take your feet, spread through the toes. If your ball is still down, you can bring it up and stick it behind your blanket on your chair. It should not run away. But if it runs away, I don't care. We can just find it. Okay, I'd like you to push down on the block while you're squeezing it together. Push down. Notice what happens in your thighs. Try to keep your ankles and your knees and your hip bone, not the size of your hips, but your hip bones, all in one line, okay? You're going to spread through those toes and push down into the floor. As you push down into the floor, you'll start to even feel your rear end fire up, okay? Now, as you push down on this, can you feel, push firmly, can you feel how your low back spreads wide? Just go there with your mind. Release it. Push it down again. You're squeezing the block in. You're not just pushing down. You'll feel that the sacrum, right between the hips, actually expands. That expansion is fabulous for our back. So pulling that down, now we're going to do what we call a little cat-cow. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this, okay? You're sitting up as much as you can on the edge of your chair. Push this down. Okay, and then the cat-cow is this movement, tucking and untucking. So this for my hip, when I first start, is like, oh crap, I gotta move today, because that's painful, okay? But our hips need this range of motion. Okay, you'll notice that my block has come down because I'm pushing so hard. And then start a little bit of a circle, almost like you might think it would be the hula. So when I do this kind of stuff, this feels totally natural with my dance, right? This is not the same as the moving of my feet. Okay. Go ahead and come back into the cat-cow. Exaggerate. Tuck your chin. Feel like somebody's pulling back. And then up we go again. So I often talk about a corset. Anybody worn one? Have anybody ever put a corset on? I am so grateful. I have not. I've just watched somebody get into one. They put on this from about here to here. It has the strings and they just pull. So feel like somebody's pulling those strings. And then come back up and pulling those strings. And come back up, reach your arms up and find shoulder circles as you're doing this. Okay, and then you're gonna go over to the one side, lift the shoulder. You're still squeezing the block. Lift, a little bit of side bending here, and then see if you can round it over. Now, this can kind of hurt if our low back is not used to moving this way. This squeeze of the block is one of the best things. So take it out, move it a little closer, lift it a little higher, squeeze it again. This time you don't have to push it down, but squeeze it so much so that you really have, and then open those shoulders this time. And then close them again. And then come up and open them. So we in this class are just finding, go ahead and lift. Take the left arm up. And just ooh, and then reach over. Ooh, side bend. When's the last time you did a side bend, right? And then this. Most of our movement is, okay, I need to get in and out. And who has like one of the hardest things sometimes to do is get in and out of the car, right? Because we're doing this. Legs gotta lift, other legs gotta lift, right? And I'm exaggerating. But that kind of movement is not forward and back movement. It's side to side movement. Go ahead, come, bring your forearms onto your thigh. You are still squeezing the block. Just kind of hang out here. You can bring your hands together. You can interlace your fingers, okay? Tuck your chin. I want you to come as low as you can go. Now, we have bellies that will get in the way of this block. It's okay. Can you find that corset from here? So here, feel as if somebody is pulling back. You can push down into your forearms to get that to happen. If you tuck your chin towards your chest, you'll get even a bigger stretch. Now, release. Just come back in. Push down into your feet now and push down and forward with the feet. Pull back with the corset and notice, oh my gosh, my legs are working. Squeezing the block. Tucking the chin. Come back and relax. Okay. So, one of the principles yoga teaches is to use it all, not just some. So in our world, okay, in our Western culture, we go down and we do bicep curls. We do a bicycle, okay? We get on the bicycle and on the treadmill and we put on a movie, we put on a book, we do anything. And then we just move because we're exercising, right? But are you really listening to what your body's saying? I loved what you had to say about, I tried the treadmill, but I don't think it's gonna work. It's because you were listening and your body's saying, this is not, okay? We gotta do that. And yoga was never intended to be, let me get more flexible. It was always intended, let me connect my mind to this beautiful body and move with what my body is asking, because it's telling us. Now, in my world, with my religion, I believe in a spirit that knows more than my mind knows. And it will tell you, and it's telling you. But we sometimes often. Don't listen, okay? All right, enough of my soapbox. Go ahead and come all the way up. Reach as tall as you can. Tighten your waistline, okay? So we're not gonna, I promise you probably won't get little, right? The 6-8 pack thing, okay? But we are working firmly along our spine with our core muscles. So you're squeezing it tight without letting yourself move back like you were pulled by a corset. Pull everything in, squeeze it tight. Yeah. And then reach up and still squeeze it tight. Notice that as you reach up, it's almost easier to squeeze tight. And then go ahead and come down, okay? Now, if you get tingling in the fingers, more often than not, that means there's something going on in the spine, because every nerve, every muscle has its own nerve. The tingle is nerve, okay? Best thing for that is just to wiggle and find range of motion, okay? So it's gonna be like we're doing a backstroke, but the backstroke is like this, okay? But we're just gonna use our shoulders. See if you can make the whole body twist. So as we go back, we're also twisting. I am still squeezing a block. I am still hugging, okay? We lose. It's like we start doing this and the legs want to just go like that. Nope, we're still squeezing. Okay, now go forward and find that range of motion. And then go ahead and stop. Hold on to the chair with your right hand, reach up. If you lift elbow, there is a muscle, serratus anterior muscle, that hooks to the rib cage. It hooks right here. So when we do this, we get a stretch, but when we do this and reach the elbow, we get a bigger stretch. So find that. Just go to where you can move and then come up and go the other direction. If you're going a different direction than me, it's perfect. You only have 2 sides. We'll make it work. Come back over to the first side. Come here. Now lengthen up here. You're gonna push down into the feet, push into the chair with your rear end, reach up with your head, and then reach over and then just twist. Oh, yeah. And then untwist, come back up, reach, come over to the side, and twist. Come back up, come over to the side, reach back up, and twist. Come back up, reach over to the other side, and twist. Still squeeze that block. And then come back and pause. You cannot squeeze the block, but still hold it. Take some breaths. How does your spine feel? Is there some movement? So there's some movement that my spine is saying, you didn't do this. Anybody feel something that they didn't do? Makes me feel younger. It makes you feel younger.
My spine has no idea what's going on.
It's kind of going, what the freak? Yeah. So I feel like I haven't gone forward. Gilbert was doing it. I need to go forward, but look where I'm going forward. Go off at an angle. Yeah, and then pull back with your back. Find that corset. Ooh, is that just yummy to you? It's like, oh, you're still squeezing the block. And then come back up and come forward and pause. And notice you did one side. What is the other side saying?
My turn.
It's my turn. Go to the side. It's about a 45-degree angle. You're going over the knee. Tuck your chin and then pull back with the ribs. Finding that. And then come back up. And you kind of go, oh, yeah. Well done. Bring this down. Squeeze it between your legs. It's going to be right above your ankle bone, okay? Squeeze it in. Now try to widen your thighs. Yeah, squeeze it in. Widen the thighs. So there is an anatomical movement term that is used in yoga. It's called shins in, thighs out. What do you feel happen when you do that? Pushing the shins in, pulling the thighs wide. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Michelle's saying low back, sacrum here.
It feels, you know, like it's
Yeah,
spreading.
you're spreading. That's almost the same thing we felt when we did this, okay? Because what's happening here is we're widening the thighs. If you widen right here, you're gonna widen up here because there's a thigh bone. There's a fulcrum, okay? This is just regular movement science, okay? So push in, try to widen, okay? This is harder to do than push the block in up here. Try to sit up straight, right? Widen, pull, lengthen. So we're lengthening up here. Notice I'm clear on the edge of my chair. Just barely my sit bones are on that blanket. And then release. And notice your body just kind of go. And then pull it in. Squeeze it in. Widen the thighs. Okay. So, in yoga, when I'm standing, okay, so come and stand. If you are balance challenged, which I often am, you can totally come around to the back. That's why your chair's on here, okay, and just hold to the side, turn to one side, or you can grab the stick, okay? But I want you to just stand. Feet, ankles, knees, and these hip bones right here, okay? They're right in the line. So I don't stand like this, although you'll see some yogis do that, okay? The reason, Iyengar is one of the biggest yogis that brought yoga to the Western world, and he said the reason he did this was young boys could not get the feel for the body. Girls didn't get to do yoga. It was just young boys. And so as he did this and had them touch toes and ankle bones, they could feel and hug in. They couldn't do it without it. But ideally, you want to be here. So go ahead and stand. Okay? Try to find that. Notice if your feet are turned out, try to have them forward. Ideally, it's that second toe straight forward. Okay? Standing on your chair, can you find that shins in, thighs out feel? Now, if I do just thighs out, I feel this start to happen in my feet. I don't want to. Yeah. So, I don't want that to happen. That's a sickled ankle, okay? We often put, anybody's outside of their shoes wear out before the inside of the shoe? Mine did all the time. They also did, I was like this because of all my dance, okay? That's an outward rotation, and that is the reason I have hip injuries. I'm almost 100% positive. Because not only in dance did we do this, but we tried to do this and pull up straight and flatten our low back by tucking the tail. Yeah, not a very good alignment. So here, ankles in, shins in, thighs, try to widen them. It's so weird to feel that. And then see if you can feel, anybody ever wear an ace bandage, like around a muscle, right? Or around an ankle? Try to hug like you're just putting an ace bandage. It's going up your legs, up your thighs, across your waistline, up through the rib cage, out through the arms. And you can do it too tight so that you can't even move, but just hug it. So it's almost like there's this, and that's what our muscles are meant to do. Go ahead and inhale, lift those arms up. Feel how you want to kind of just get lazy down here. Still push down and feel those legs working. Squeeze. Go ahead and go pulse the elbows, okay? Some of you have done this with me. Some of you, this is brand new. Feel like your arms are stuck in the doorway, but you're on an escalator. Yeah, they're pulling back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now the escalator, come back to center, is going the other way. My arms are still stuck, but it's pulling me back. Feel what happens in your feet as you go forward and back. Forward and back. And then go ahead and just come around to the back of your chair. Put your hands on your chair. Walk back and just bend your knees. Just stretch the spine. Use your hands. Lynn, are you bound and determined to keep socks on? I know these guys are. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to have you, let's move your chair. Same with you, Matt. Move your chair up more forward. The reason we don't wear socks, we don't sweat. So, okay. Come back, reach, bend those knees, bend the knees, let the knees bend, take your feet a little wider. Stretch, feel that spine move. Okay, can you do cat-cow here? Sticking the rear end back, curling it under. Breathing, moving side to side. And then go back and just hold length. Hold on to your chair, but you're gonna have to push forward. If you pull on those chairs, they come up. So push a little forward with your hands as you pull back with the hips. Has anybody ever heard the term opposition in all things? Yes. Even especially in the physical body as we move it. Come all the way up, come back around, take a seat on your chair. Beautifully done. Go ahead and grab the poles. So we just do all sorts of movement in this class, getting into things. Hopefully, some things that you can do at home, okay? So I love these for, and just don't hit each other. I know it is, especially this dude. Boom, boom, right? Yeah, I get that. Okay, so take the arms as far as you can up. Some of you have shoulder issues, I get it. Okay, see if you can come. You're gonna let them slide the hands and bring it down behind you. Oh, and then take it back up and bring it back down. Okay, let's do one arm at a time. Try the right arm. Just go up. Now this one you're not gonna be able to slide. Bend the elbow and just let it come behind. Take it back up and let it come down. Come back up. This weighs very little. I think it's 2 pounds. And back up. Take it back. Now, if you'll bend your elbow and let your palm face up, okay, you'll notice the shoulder blade does this rotation. Bring it back. Try it again. Take it up. Palm faces up. Elbow pulls towards the waistline, and that shoulder blade has just done this rotation thing. All the way up. Try the other hand. You okay doing that other hand? You've got a shoulder issue. Okay.
You get a shot tomorrow.
He's getting a shot tomorrow. Cortisone? Okay. Up, open, and down. Up and back. Up, open, elbow down. And back up. Close your eyes for just a minute and just move with your breath. You're not going to hit anybody. Just move. Now, send that enjoyment of being able to move, those thoughts. And maybe even a prayer of gratitude for the fact that you can do that. We've got one more. Bring it up, palm up, elbow in, and then bring it back. Just roll through those shoulders. Roll through those shoulders. So the minute I stopped in my dancing at the University of Utah, this is what the ballet class was like, okay? The very first thing we did was weigh. That was 1/4 of our grade, that our weight was at a set. Determined by our height, not by our musculature. I have never been considered skinny. I'm not fat. But I am muscly. I always weighed too much. My weight was always low because of that. Just think of the mental that did. Okay. And then they wanted you to live on 500 calories. Now, if you tried to have any energy to dance, we'd come out dancing, vomit because of and go back in and dance for a few more hours. So yeah. I have friends that went on to dance professionally. And I ran into them in a yoga class in Salt Lake. You know, it's probably been 12, 15, 18 years ago. 2 hip replacements, knee replacement. Yeah, I mean, that kind of a thing, and just bodies that are shocked. So the minute, I mean, you know how long I spent, looking in the mirrors and just hating the musculature of my body. Never again. Never. This is a beautiful gift. This is a beautiful gift. Big thighs, strong thighs, and all. Okay, so just know that that's where I come from. Okay, it's just this desire to really help others. Just know. So we're going to try something. We haven't done this before. Hands here. You're going to come and just slide it along your thighs. Okay, my hands are on the outside of where my knees would be. Slide it all the way down. Yeah, keep coming. See what happens. Ooh, anybody's back's going, Keep coming. Keep coming. Can you come all the way down to the ankle? Ooh, now pull back with the back. Does anybody feel that? Does that feel heavenly to anybody? Okay, tuck your chin and bring the chin towards your chest. Now I'm going to keep looking, so keep your chin tucked. See if you can take and move the pole along your feet. Ooh, stretch towards your toes. Reach, and then you're going to come all the way back up. Now, coming back up is hard, so will you pull the belly in, tighten the legs, feel that ace bandage, push into your feet, come all the way back up. Feel the strength of the legs helping those little back muscles move all the way up. Okay? Whenever, and I did not know this in dancing, I've known it since yoga, we try to always make sure the legs are engaged. Okay, you do not need to do this whenever we do any of this kind of stuff. The muscles in my back are this big on my spine. The muscles in these glutes are this big, right? Okay. Sorry. So come back up. Here we go. Try it again. Okay. Tighten the legs. Squeeze the feet. Push the foot into the floor. Slide it. Over the knees. Slide slow. Use your waistline. Use your core to reach down. Slide towards your toes. Tuck your chin. Now come back. Push into the floor. Tighten your legs. Come all the way back. Lifting, sliding, coming all the way to here. Yes? Okay, nice. And then just release and let everything. Go ahead and just shake. Let it out. Release the muscle. Okay, good job. Go ahead and hold this here. We're going to use this to just do some hip circles. Please walk as far to the very edge of your chair as you can get your rear end. I don't want you to fall off, and that's why we're using these. Okay, start with this leg. Just up and find some circles in it. Let it lift. You may lean back a little, but try not to do this. I'll turn sideways. We're not here. You're trying to lean back, okay, with that straight back, okay? Find some circles. Maybe you don't have to. Go both directions. Flex your foot. Let it come up. Anybody starting to feel muscle burn? Good. Go ahead and look. Just kick and move and kick. Find that thigh burning, and then bring it down. Okay, take your legs wide. Stick your rear end up. Lean forward. Use your stick. Okay, find those thighs widening as far as they can go. And then try to, you're not going to move the legs, but try to pull and hug the knees in. Push into your feet, and you'll feel yourself almost start to lift up off the chair. And then release. Walk them back in, second side. Hold on to here. Find some range of motion. So you'll see on this one, I don't have near the range of motion I used to, okay? This is the injury. So in an x-ray, it shows that I'm minus some cartilage, and I'm sure that's what my pain is. So Anyway, yeah, and then just go here and here. So can you lengthen? Oh, whoa. Okay. Try not to use your hand. Are you using the same leg? You're doing the same leg. Yeah. Have one that's really strong and the other that isn't. Kind of go sideways. Did you do the other leg before? Okay. I didn't catch that you were doing opposite. Go side to side. Is it burning yet? Okay, and pull it down. Release, wiggle, shake, go wide again. Okay, come, find the push into the feet. This time, take your stick a little bit further forward and lean. Okay, bend those elbows. Find that lean, push into the legs. Your head can come against your hands, but you're still trying to lengthen. Widen the thighs and then try to hug them in at the same time. Notice what that does. Then go ahead with that work in the legs happening. So I'm pushing into the feet. I've got the ace bandage. Just go ahead and move your knees side to side a little bit. Breathe. And then come back in. Beautifully done. Okay. Keep your stick. You're probably going to bring it here. We're going to try something we haven't done before. Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, I have those toes. Yeah. Okay. Can you feel how that just maybe gives a little quaver to your thighs? Because it's not a position we hold very often. Okay. Is that okay on your knee, Michelle? Does that hurt it? Okay, good. Okay. Okay. And then release. Good job. Do just the opposite. Take your heels. See, this is the one that hurts. Turn them out. Here. Drop the knees towards each other. Oh, sorry guys. That's one that I need to do, but it's painful. Okay, come back in. Shake it side to side. How was that on the knee? Oh, you felt it. You felt it. All right, yeah, I know you do. Come in. Here we go again. You thought you were just going to do one of those, didn't you? See if you can push your heels together. See if you can push your toes into the floor. Robin, that's beautiful. You can't do that. Yeah, nice, Lynn. It looks good. Okay, now push into the feet. Okay, push into the heels. See if you can get the knees to go just a little wider. That's hip. And then release. Come all the way out. Shake them out. Wiggle side to side. And then here goes the turn in. Let's just do one at a time and see if that makes it a little easier. Now, I am not dropping that knee down, okay? I'm turning the foot out. I'm keeping the knee at a 90-degree angle. It's working something totally different. Let's try to push into the foot and get the heel down. Anybody feel that along the outside of the calf? Yeah, okay? And then come all the way in, do the second side. Turn the heel. You guys can't see this. Turn the heel, okay? Oh, so I'm pushing down with the entire foot. Okay, I'm rotating that thigh in. Yeah, and release. Okay, beautifully done. How are we doing? You okay? All right. Go ahead and put the sticks down. I don't think we'll use them. Okay. But I do want to do this one. Go ahead and bring the block. It's going to go out kind of at an angle, and you're going to bring your foot and plant it on top. Gilbert, I gave you a bigger one. Is that too big?
Didn't know what you were gonna do.
Can you just have long legs. Yeah. Okay. Can you go a little wider then, maybe? Yeah, off the mat. You too, Larry. Okay. Try to get at least the ball of the foot down. Your whole foot's not going to fit, but the ball of the foot on that block. Okay. Now, go ahead and just lift the hip. You can just pull over and lift it off the chair, and then pull it back down onto the chair. Okay. And then almost like you've got a magnet here, it's pulling wide. Yeah. Okay. We're going to twist away from that. So grab the chair, grab your thigh, and start down here if you can. Just the rib cage twisting. And then maybe or the belly, and then the rib cage, and then maybe the shoulders. Push into that block. Breathe. Push into the block. Breathe. That's it. Good adjustment. And then release your hands and see if the legs can stay there. Can you hold this with your muscle? And then just move all the way back. We're going to go all the way to this side. Hand comes here. Now the hand is going to want to do this, but you're not going to let. So they're pushing hand and hand and thigh into each other. Hold on to the back of the chair. Push into this foot and twist. Try to get the belly to twist and the rib cage. Maybe the shoulders. Don't worry about the head. It will go where it needs to go, but don't crank it to the back of the room. And then release the hands. Hold. This is developing muscle along our spine. Come all the way back. Go ahead and round and round and and then can you come to just the toe? Lean into that. Ooh, feel that hamstring. Yeah, try to lift the heel as high as you can. Okay, and then try to drop it. You're going to have it on the outside of the block. Go ahead and lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and hold. The magnet is still here, pulling it wide. We're going to twist one more time. Here we come. Here, here. Oh, that's a different twist. Okay, feel that leg. It's pulling wide. And then release and come all the way back around. I don't know about you, but I get to about right here and it's like, oh, come all the way around. Find the twist. Use the belly, then the rib cage. Release and come all the way back. Go ahead and lift. Ooh, circle. So that's some really good leg work. Okay, done in a chair. Second side. Ball of the foot is on. Second side. Take it out to the side a little more. It's turned out slightly. Yours is fine then. Yeah. Okay. All right. Try to get the ball, at least the ball of the foot down. And you are pushing, but you're finding this is kind of a magnet. And it's pulling you wide. Okay. Okay. And with that, go ahead and just lean. Lift the hip. There's space. And then push the hip back down. That's just basically what we're doing there is we're pulling this femur bone. When we lift up the femur, the thigh bone is moving out of the hip socket. When we pull it back down, it's going back in and back. And that's where we want it to be. Often, the thigh bones are pushing forward. We always want the top of the thighs pulling back, and that's what this is doing, okay? Go ahead, here we're gonna take a twist, lengthen up. Hand goes here, hand goes here. Now notice, my body's facing forward. Shoulders kind of go on the back. I'm gonna try and curve from right here. Use the hands, the rib cage. Feel the leg pull wide, even while I'm twisting all the way back. I get to right here, and it's like, here and here, okay? This thigh is gonna reach away, twist the waistline, twist the rib cage, breathe. Feel the thigh and the knee going, sit up as tall as you can, release the hands, and slowly, really well done on this, guys. This is the intrinsic muscles up the spine. It will not give you. I'm sorry. Go ahead and lift up, okay? If you're off balance, move the foot back a little bit, come up. Try to get the ball of the foot down, and then drop it. Come up and drop it. Working on this hip in the socket, developing this muscle. Does that hurt your knee at all? Awesome. Does this hurt your knee at all?
This is a bad knee.
I know it is. Does it hurt it?
Yes.
Okay. Move your block more forward. Okay. You'll notice I'm pretty much at a 90-degree angle. Yeah, you're getting up in here. What happens when we have knee issues? The hips we stop using them. Yeah. Same thing with our arms and our shoulders, okay? So we're gonna take another twist. It'll come up and down a few more times. Push down. Come up. Feel that push down. Notice that push down goes clear up into the socket. Take it up, push it back down, and then we're going that way. Walk it around. Find the shoulders are pulling on the back, but I'm trying to twist the waistline. Pull down with the hip, don't let the hip lift. And lengthen, release, and come all the way back to the side. Okay, this knee is pulling away as I twist the opposite direction. Pull back with that left side of your waistline. Yeah, and lengthen up tall, release the hands, come all the way back. Go ahead and lift it up. Just pull it in and kind of go, oh, that's really good. Fabulous work. So, I'll grab a couple more bolsters. We're just gonna do Shavasana in the chair today. We always end class with a twist. Shavasana translates to dead corpse pose. We try to just relax everything, okay? So, 1, 2. Okay, grab your bolster, it's off to the side. Okay. It's gonna cross across your knees. Now, your bellies will get in the way, your chests will get in the way if you're a woman and have boobs, okay? So that just is life. Try to pull it as much as you can. Try to just pull in and lift up, okay? And lean. Your knees might want to do this. Guess what? We're going to try and keep them here, but your feet can go wide. Go ahead and just slide. Now, if this is too much on the arms, they can stay here, but you're going to tuck the chin. I'll show you the position, and then I'm going to come up and kind of peek. Let the body just drape. Okay? If you start to notice, if your hands are like this, you will start to feel a tingle. That is just nerves being basically cut off. There's a pinch somewhere. So I like to bring my arms back alongside here. Breathe into your backs. Go ahead and stay. So that you can hear me. Let your back release. Find your breath. Can you breathe and have your back expand? 60% of our lung capacity is in our backs, and we don't use it. Try to let everything relax. For some of you, that's difficult. If you start to feel a tingle in your arms, go ahead and bring the hands up alongside. You can do this in bed. Find a moment where you totally relax everything. But it isn't a total relaxation and I'm reading, or I'm watching TV, or a movie, or a podcast, or anything, reading scriptures, anything that keeps your mind occupied. This is a time to run through, what does my body feel? How's it doing? And then I start asking questions, because my spirit knows, and if I listen with my mind, I'm going to get some ahas about what I can do for my body. I'm not saying I never go to a doctor, because I do. But I tell him what I felt. I try to be really specific about where I feel it. I love the body and how it moves. And so as you're here, will you let your thoughts just express love and gratitude for your body? Just the way it is. It's gotten you through this beautiful life. Take a couple more breaths. Do one breath that's an audible exhale. Notice the release. Do another one of those. In this position, move your hands to the sides. Leave your head. Start just rolling through your shoulders. They take so much of our tension. Push into your bolster on the edges and come up gently, slowly. Roll through those shoulders. Go ahead and take one ear to the shoulder. Now, as the ear goes to the shoulder, you've seen this happen. I don't mind this, but I mind if this is happening. That neck is not strong enough. So I do this and push my head into the hand, and then I'm not pulling. There's that opposition coming again. Go ahead and see if you can drop one shoulder. Drop the arm. Okay. Turn your chin towards, the floor. Lift the chin slightly. Now, my hand it's there and there's some weight, but I'm pushing my head this way. My hand is more just pushing against that. And then go ahead and release and just look over the shoulder. Nod. And then do a nod that brings you all the way back to center. And then just wiggle through both shoulders. Take the ear to the opposite shoulder. You are welcome to stay here if you want just a little bit more work. The hand comes, but it's not pulling at all. My head's pushing up. I drop this hand and let the shoulder pull down. Go ahead and pull the chin towards the chest. I'm still pushing my head into my hand. Come back. Look up. We never want to force the body, but I'm going to always use my opposition. Go ahead and come there again, and then gently release and look over that shoulder and nod. Head, chin down, chin up, and then just nod. Come back to center. Just kind of stretch, tuck the chin, pull the shoulders back. Pull the shoulders forward, take a big curl, tuck your chin. Come back in, find the length. Take a deep inhale and an audible exhale. I see your goodness. I see your light. I see your divinity and greatness. I bow to each of you because of that goodness. And namaste means I bow to you, seeing that goodness and greatness and divinity. Namaste. And then come up. So a little bit different class, okay? Not up so much, it's okay, right? Notice what you've worked. I want to know, I don't ever want you to, if you're sore tonight, you've worked muscle. Muscle's going to be sore if we work it, okay? But if tomorrow and the next day you're like, oh my back, or oh my neck, then I need to know because we've done something and I haven't watched something, okay? You are always welcome to request specific body parts if you need, okay? So if you got a tear in that shoulder, Lynn?
Yeah, and a couple other things.
Couple other things, okay, all right. So, the shot will numb the pain. It will not fix what's wrong, right? So, don't overdo the movement, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All righty,
Thank you, Debbie.
thank you.
I feel muscles that I haven't felt.
I know, it's really easy to feel muscles we haven't used before. We do not need to pick the chairs up. We have somebody coming in behind us.
Oh, I do. Everything amazing. Oh, I
I know I met you at the front desk.
Yes, yes. And upholstery covers and those were amazing. So it's interesting for us to use. That was good. She always finds new muscles. Yes. I always find new muscles. I think my daughter is very
You know what? We've had people in here that have just had meeting lessons. Right.
It is, it's a workout. It's good.
We roll up these mats.
Yeah, we roll them up. The chairs just need to stay.
Well, good workout. Yeah, always has to be on the agenda. That felt pretty good. I think that might have been compensating for one night.
You know, that's what I find my, benefits are good when I'm walking.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I'm like, you've got.
Yeah, because otherwise you would get damaged the other side.
Yeah, it's the other side.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. How's the knee? Doing your exercises? I also will come to work if you want to just work in.
Oh, that was crazy.
This is where you work on some of your things.
Thank you.
I'll work on that. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and week.
Thank you. We love you, Debbie.
This is yours.
That one's supposed to be.
We love it so good. You know, the doctor wanted to go in and drain the fluid out and wanted it.
You need this too?
Yeah, I'll put that one.
Hey, Robert, why your house fail?
What's that?
I'll get that one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I just need to put my computer away, but I need to start it, so that I can edit it. One time I just put it away and it was gone. So it's like, oh, shoot.
I'll put this in the cup.
One of the